Hello.
Hello, Shinya. How you doing?
Good, good.
Shinya, we have questions from the media all over the world ready for you. I'm going to read them out to you, okay?
Okay.
First question is from Leon Jennings of Asian Persuasion MMA. Leon, please go ahead.
Hey, Shinya. So you were due to fight Sage Northcutt. He pulled out. You've got the trilogy with Eduard Folayang, going from one type of striker to another type of striker. How's that affected your preparations for the fight?
青木選手、西村です。よろしくお願いします。
お願いします。
一つ目の質問なんですけども、最初、セージノーツカット選手との試合だったんですけども、急遽、エドワード・フォリアン選手との3度目の対戦が決まったんですけども、その試合に臨むにあたっての準備は何か影響ありましたでしょうか？
いや、影響はないんじゃないですか。ずっと練習してたら別に変わんないし。はい。
Even though there was a change in his opponent, he's been practicing throughout his life and he's daily practicing, so there's probably no effect.
I just want to ask you as well, what were your thoughts on Eddie Alvarez's his disqualification?
前回のエディ選手の、反則負けについて青木選手の見解を聞かせてください。
いや、そんな危ない話俺にさせんなよ。
わかりました。Hey, it's a dangerous comment, so don't make me do that.
And lastly,
I don't want to get in trouble.
Lastly, talking of Eddie, you've got one trilogy this week against Eduard Folayang. Eddie Alvarez, is that another trilogy you'd like to get maybe later this year?
まず今回フォレアン選手との、ラバーマッチになると思うんですけども、エディ選手とも3度目の対戦になると思うんですけど、それも望んでますか？
いや、何も望んでないですよ、僕別に。フォレアンとの試合も望んでたわけじゃないし、そういう星の下に生まれてんすよね。
はい。Well, he wasn't expecting Folayang's trilogy, and he's not expecting against Eddie. You know, whatever he wants, he never gets it. So he's not asking for anything.
Cool, thanks. Good luck. Thanks, Yazoo.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our second question is from Jay Anderson of Cage Side Press. Jay, please go ahead.
Thanks very much. Ohayo gozaimasu. Genki desu ka?
ありがとう、元気です。
Shinya, first of all, I would just like your thoughts on Christian Lee's recent performance against Timofey Nasyukin.
まずすみません、青木選手についてじゃないんですけど、クリスチャンとティモフェイの試合を見て、なんか感じたことがあれば教えてください。
いや、若いなって。若いし、強いですよね。若いし強くなってるし、僕やったら2年ぐらい前ですけど、強くなるなと思ってこれからやって、間違ってなかったなと思いますけどね。はい。
Well, he felt a lot of youth in Christian. He's really young, and he saw a lot of improvement. I think Shinya fought like 2 years ago against Christian, and he knew that he's gonna get better and stronger, and he really did.
And if you are victorious this week, that's going to be 4 wins in a row. Do you feel that is enough to warrant another title shot, another match with Christian Lee, or is that something you even think about at this point?
今回もしフォレアン選手に勝てば、1で4連勝になると思うんですけども、またクリスチャンの、タイトルを取り返しにいけると思いますか？その権利を得れると思いますか？それを望んでますか？
いや、あんまり望んでないです。とにかく試合やって楽しくやりたいなっていう感じです。
He's not looking at really looking at Christian's belt. He just wanna continuously fight and enjoy the martial arts.
And last question for me. I mean, I see your T-shirt there. Age is just a number. What is the secret to your success at your age?
また T シャツへのツッコミなんですけど、 年齢、年取っても、いまだにもう現役バリバリで強いんですけど、その秘訣は何ですか、ズバリ。
はずっと練習することと、格闘技がいいご飯食べていい練習してよく寝ること、その基本をただ当たり前にしっかりやることじゃないでしょうか。
はい。Well, it's not a secret, but practice every day, eat good food, do good practice, and sleep well. Just do the basic, important things that you have to do in life, and then you can just keep your condition.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
Our next question will be from Jacob Janowski of Bloody Canvas MMA. Jacob, go ahead.
Hello, Shinya. How do you build off your last win against Folayang? Even though it was very quick, how do you see yourself improving upon that win?
前回のフォレア選手との試合なんですけど、早い段階で勝利を収めることができたと思うんですけども、そうなった理由といいますか、どこが変わったと思いますか、前回の試合と比べて。
前回のこの2回目の試合
そうです、はい。フォレア選手1試合目の試合と2試合目を比較して。
お互いなんか別人ですよね。状況も違いますし。だから、何が変わったってわけじゃないですけど、お互い年取っていろいろ変わったんじゃないでしょうか。
Well, the situation is different, and it's like both people are like different persons. Like the first match and second match is totally different. You never know what's going to happen, so it just happened and it happened.
And you're getting into the more latter part of your career, but you're still finding success. Do you see this as a final run for gold, or are you just going to continue until you can't go anymore?
年齢を重ねてキャリアもだいぶ、後半に差し掛かってると思うんですけども、それでも素晴らしい結果を残していると思うんですけども、もう青木選手自身今がもうピークで、もう最後の勝負だっていう感じですか、それとももうやれるところまでやり続けるぞっていう気持ちですか。
今は別に終わりだともあんまり思ってないし、3年4年5年ぐらい前にミチ・チルソンがもうあなたはもう終わりにみんなが終わりだって言ってるけどなんで続けるんですかみたいな、いや大きなお世話だなって思ったんだけどなんだろう、別に好きだからずっとやってるだけで別に今がベストとも思わないし、常にやれるとこまで一生懸命やっていきたいなと思ってます。
はい。Well, he doesn't really see the end. I think it was like 3 or 5 years ago, Mitchelson, he asked like coach question like, hey Shinya, you're towards the end. How do you feel? But for him, he's like, hey dude, like it's not the end. I don't see the end. And I don't feel that I'm in the best condition right now, and I'm still improving. So he'll just keep on continuing. Try enjoy the fights and just keep on doing what he can do.
All right, that's all I have. Thank you, Shinya.
Thank you.
This next one's going to go to Nick Atkin of South China Morning Post. Nick, go ahead.
Hey, Shinya. Just on the Eduard Folayang fight, he's lost 4 of his last 5 fights. If you beat him this week, do you think we might see Eduard consider walking away from MMA? He's obviously a legend of Filipino MMA, but do you think maybe he might think about that?
青木選手、今、フォレアン選手、確か4連敗中なんですかね。で、今回もし青木選手との試合で負けた場合、引退の2文字が頭をよぎると思いますか？
いやいや、全然知らないよ。フォレアンに聞けよ、俺に聞くなよって思って。みんな仲良く、はい、みんな元気にやりましょうよ。はい。
Well, to be honest, it's none of his business. Just ask Edward about whether he's gonna think about retirement. He just wants everyone to have fun and be healthy and continue the fight.
Awesome. And if Sage Northcutt can get healthy again, he had some lingering problems from COVID. Would you still like to run that fight, do that fight? Would you want to fight Sage Northcutt?
セージノートスカット選手、今ちょっとコロナの影響でちょっと体調不良なんですけども、また元気になったらセージ選手との試合を望みますか？
まあ、チャンスがあればね、やりたいと思いますけど、まあね、まず元気になってもらって、いろいろ大変だと思うんで、はい。
Well, if he has a chance, of course, he wants to compete with Sage Northcutt. But before that, I hope he gets healthy again and get back to his good condition.
I just wanted to get Shinya's thoughts on some of his fellow Japanese athletes in one. Do you think Yuya Wakamatsu is now deserving of a flyweight title shot after that victory over Reese McLaren?
青木選手のなんですか、日本人の仲間たちの状況について聞いていきたいんですけど、若松優也選手、前回リースに勝ちまして、次フライ級のタイトルマッチいけると思いますか？
いや、だから知らないよ、そんなの俺に聞いたって。俺がタイトルマッチさせてあげる力もないんだよ、残念ながら。
Unfortunately, Shinya doesn't have the power to give Yuya the title shot, so sorry, but don't ask me. Ask someone else.
Okay, and maybe he has the same answer, but I just wanted to see how he feels Itsuki Hirata may do in the women's atomweight Grand Prix coming up.
同じような答え返ってくるかもしれないんですけど、可愛がってる五木選手、グランプリ次始まりますけど、どこまでいけると思いますか？
いや、多分どこまでいけるかって話で言うと、まず期待からすると上には行ってほしいけれども、上に上がってほしいけど、まあ、そんなに甘くないと思うんですよね、格闘技って。なんで、割と厳しい結果が待ってるんじゃないかなとは思います。
はい。If you talk about Shinya's expectation, he would like Itsuki to go as high as possible, but to be honest, martial arts, it's not that easy, it's not as simple, and probably there's going to be a really tough result waiting for Itsuki.
Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Shinya.
Thank you.
Next question goes to Drake Riggs of My MMA News. Drake, you're up.
Shinya, you've had an incredible career, definite legend in the sport. I'm just curious if there's a fondest memory that you can pick out of your amazing career and all the fights that you've had.
青木選手、もう長年やってきまして、もう素晴らしいキャリアですし、もう間違いなく MMA でもレジェンドだったと思うんですけど、その中で青木選手が選ぶいい思い出ってありますか？
いい思い出。いい思い出。
ここが俺の絶頂だったみたいな。
いや、これから先にあるんじゃないかなと思ってます。今んとこないな。これから先にあるんじゃないかな。
So far, he doesn't have any. He can't think of a good memory. Hopefully, it'll come soon.
Fair enough. And in terms of opponents, though, fought so many people, as I mentioned. But in terms of legends, maybe, is there anyone that you wish that you got to fight that maybe you haven't yet?
数多くの有名な選手、他のレジェンドと言われる選手とも人を繰り広げてきたと思うんですけど、まだこいつはすごい強いって言われてるけど、まだやれてない選手って誰かいますか？やってみたいなっていう。
いや、あんまりないっすよね。みんな強いし、今、もう。みんな強いから、そんなに誰とやってみたいとかなくて、とりあえず試合して一喜一憂していきたいなと思ってます。
Well, recently, like every match he gets, he always has a really good, strong opponent. So he doesn't really have anyone he wishes to fight. So he just wants to continue to keep on fighting and enjoy the victory.
Of course. Well, best of luck. Arigato gozaimashita.
Sorry about that. Next question is from Jackson Garst of Phantom Sports Network. Jackson, go ahead, please.
Can you hear me? We good? All right, there we go. Hey, Shinya, how you doing? Where does Folayang fall on your list of top competitors that you faced before?
フォレラン選手なんですけども、青木選手、今までいろんな強豪と戦ってきたと思うんですけど、フォレラン選手は、どこら辺の選手だと思いますか？ランキングといいますか。
いや、強いと思いますよ。でも、どこら辺の選手とあんまり、それを試合前にお互い言ってあんまり意味があると思わないから、とにかく一生懸命向き合いたいですね。はい。
It's not very. He doesn't feel comfortable about answering that this question before going to the bout. But he really feels that Eduard Folayang is one of the best opponent he has faced in the past, and he just wants to both have a good show, put up a good show.
Of course, and of course, we're expecting that great show. But what are your expectations, Shinya, for the match itself, other than winning and ending this trilogy with a long-time rival, even though it's not a bad blood long-time rival?
長いある種ワンではライバル関係がずっとあったと思うんですけども、今回どういう結果を望みますか？
どういう結果望みますか？勝ちたいなと思いますけど。はい。
Well, definitely he's going for a win, and that's the only result he's looking at, a win against Folayang.
All right, thank you for your time. Hope you get him out in the first round by rear naked or something like that, arm bar, anything. One of your classics. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Next up is Nisi Icasiano of IB Times. Nisi, you are up.
Hi, good morning, Shinya. Just a question. I know this rivalry has started in 2016. He took the belt from you. A few years later, you took the belt from him. Do you think Eduard Folayang will offer something new in this third fight, especially that familiarity is now a factor?
青木選手、確か2016年に、フォロヤン選手が青木選手からベルトを奪って、その数年後に青木選手が奪い返します。で、2試合したことでお互いのことをもう知り尽くしていると思うんですけども、今回のその3回目の対戦で何か新しいことをフォロヤン選手が見せてくると思いますか？
わかんないっすよ、そんなの。言われても困るよ、そんなのわかんない。
That's a really tough question. He might show something new, he might not. He can't really tell.
Thank you, Shinya.
This next question is from Jack Gotzel of Tarps Off Sports. Jack, please go ahead.
Oh, sorry about that. Can we hear me?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, Shinya. You're a legend. You're currently sitting at 29 submissions. Would it mean something extra to get that 30th submission? That's such an impressive number.
青木選手、今キャリアの中でもすでに合計29回の一本勝ちをしていると思うんですけど、次多分30回目になると思うんですが、その30回目っていうのは何かの節目といいますか、なんかどうですか、節目になりますか、なんか狙ってますか、30本目を。
いや、全く狙ってない。勝てればいいです。
His 30th submission, he's not really aiming for it. He's not going for it. He just wants to win.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Up next is Ivan Stewart of Dugout Philippines. Ivan, you're up.
All right. Thank you, Gianni. Konnichiwa. Okay. My first question is, I presume you were thinking about just staying at home to watch one on TNT IV because your fight has been canceled. I believe Manong Edward was thinking the same, but now you're fighting on one on TNT IV. So do you think this short notice will be of a concern to you for both of you guys?
青木選手、前回の TNT で試合する予定だったのがちょっとキャンセルになってしまって、ショートノーティスで次 TNT4 に急遽参戦することになったんですけど、この短い期間での準備期間っていうのは何か影響ありそうですか？
いや、お互い4月29日に試合する予定だったの。何言ってる？
It wasn't a short notice. they were already told that he's gonna fight in April 29th, so it's not a short notice. Both should be prepared already. Well,
All right. So because I know your first two fights were with the title on the line, but this time with no title is on the line. So what will be on the line then, aside from a possible comeback to the world title picture?
過去の試合、大概タイトルマッチが多かったですけど、今回過去っていうのは、フォレアン選手の試合というのは両方ともタイトルマッチだったんですけども、今回その3回目の対戦でタイトルマッチではなく、ベルト以外、ベルトを狙った戦いじゃないんですけど、ベルト以外で何か得るものってありますか、この試合で。
いや、もう自分が好きだから試合してるだけです。
He's just fighting because he loves the sport. So even though there's no belt, it doesn't matter. He's just going for the belt, the win. Sorry.
All right. Thank you very much. ありがとうございます。
Our next question goes to Chris Mancuso of Tops Off Sports. Chris, please go ahead. Chris, can you hear us? Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead with this question. In Shinya's mind, what is the most difficult part about fighting Folayang? What makes him such a tough matchup?
青木選手、フォレアン選手と戦うにあたって、一番なんていうんですか、厳しいところといいますか、苦戦しそうなところってどこになりますか？
やるしかない。もう勝負するしかないし、戦うしかない。はい。
It's always been tough, and he can't really tell which part is going to be tough. He just have to do it. He just got to fight. That's all.
We're going to go to Gong Magazine. Go Matsuyama, please go ahead.
はい、ゴンガ松山です。お疲れ様です。はい、先ほどエディとの3度目の試合は、あるいはフォレアンの試合も望んでいないというふうに言いましたけど、望んでない試合を今回受けることにした気持ちを教えてください。
試合は全部望んでないんだよ。誰と来たって誰とでもやるんだよ、俺たちの仕事はっていうことですよね。だからね、なんか望んでないって言われ方するとすごい嫌な言い方ではあるんだけど、来たらやるっていう話ですよ、なんでも。はい。
3度目の2度対戦した選手はこれまで JG やら菊池選手やらあると思うんですけど、3度対戦した選手はいないと思います。
いや、いるんですよ、ヨアキム・ハンセンという。
あ、そうだ、ヨアキムはそうか。3度対戦するってどういう感覚なんですか？
いや、なんだろう、一試合一試合別ですよね。もう、格闘技って一期一会のもんだし。
なるほど。
一試合別ですからね。
では、今のエディ・フォラヤンの直近。
Sorry, excuse me for interrupting. Yasu, can you please translate this to English, please?
Sorry.
Yeah, sure. The first question was whether he was about in the previous interview. Someone asked him whether he answered that he's not expecting Folayang or Eddie for the trilogy, but he said it's not about him wanting the fight. It's about he's a fighter it's his job. So it's not about him wanting the fight. It's about whether he just have to do it. It's his job. So it's not about wanting a fight or not. And the second question was how he feels about fighting a trilogy, and I think he's going to answer that next.
Okay. Last question です。今のフォラヤンの、試合について、試合ぶりも見て、フォラヤンという選手をどういうふうに捉えてますか？
まあ、 お互いで年を取って衰えもあるけれども、その分お互い経験したこともあって、
はい。
なんかまた2人で新しい世界観というか新しい勝負になるから、まあ厳しい試合が待ってるんじゃないかなと思ってますけどね。
わかりました。
The third question was how do you feel about the recent Folayang? And he said both of them they're both aged but at the same time they have more experience than before, so it's definitely going to be a tough match coming up.
Thank you.
Yasu, Shinya, we're going to go into some rapid fire questions. Wherever comes to mind first, just go ahead and answer, okay?
Okay.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
ジャーニーからランダムの質問していくんで答えてください。もう思いつきでいいんで。もし一つ目がもしスーパーパワーを手に入れたら、それって何ですか？
スーパーパワー
いわゆるマーベルで、なんかこう超人能力っていうんですかね。
わかんない。なんで、いや、そうだって手に入れられない。
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you can't get any superpower, right? So nothing comes up in his mind.
Fair enough. What's Shinya's favorite country to visit?
青木選手が一番好きな国はどこですか？
日本。
Japan.
What's the one food he can't live without?
これなかったら絶対なかったら耐えられない食事って何ですか？絶対食べたい。
僕ね、食事はどこでも大丈夫です。はい。これは一番強み。はい。
Actually, it's his advantage, but he can eat anything, anywhere.
If you weren't a fighter, what would you be doing for a living?
もし格闘家じゃなければ何をしてると思いますか？
なんだろう。何にもしてないで、家にいる人じゃないですか。自宅警備員。
Probably I'm doing nothing, just staying at home.
Outside of fighting, what is your hidden talent?
格闘技以外で青木選手の特技って何ですか？
まあ、格闘技以外の特技は実は格闘技があるから他のことがあるんで、格闘技以外の特技はいろいろあるのかもしれないですね。文章を書いたり喋ったりとかいろいろあるんだと思いますけど、実は格闘技以外の特技は格闘技があるから他の特技があるから格闘技以外の特技はないと思います。
Actually, because he does martial arts, he has the other talent. Like, for example, it's going to be like writing articles, talking, those kind of stuff. So the important thing is that he's focused in martial arts. So that's why he gets a lot of other talents from it.
What's the craziest thing you've ever done?
今までの人生の中で青木選手がもう一番やったクレイジーなことって何ですか？俺イカれてんなと思うような。
結婚したことじゃないですかね。
Getting married.
One last one. What is one of Shinya's favorite movies?
最後の質問なんですけど、青木選手の一番好きな映画は何ですか？
一番好きな映画なんだろうね。じゃあなんだろう。ちょっと出てこない。ごめん。
Sorry, he can't come up with one.
That's fair. Thank you so much for your time, Shinya. Yasu, thank you so much.
ありがとう。
Super excited for